Wow. All right, guys. So it turns out I'm not real good at the vlogging, daily vlogging thing because it just, I don't know, hard to get in the habit of making a video every day. And honestly, in the past, I guess it's been about a week, more than a week probably since I've made a video. But honestly, a couple weeks, I guess. But honestly, there's just nothing to report as far as the ketogenic diet goes. Still going strong. Couple things though, what motivated me to make this video. There is a couple things that I found out in the past, probably 3 or 4 days, that is actually worth mentioning. One, I was lifting weights every morning and then sticking straight to the keto of what I was doing, and I just fell into a groove to where I was probably in I was kind of in a calorie deficit, but I just fell in the groove where that was my thing, and I did it every day, and it was working fine. Drinking most of my calories, but then I wasn't really losing any. I didn't feel like I was losing any fat or gaining muscle. It was like I was doing neither. So I actually, for the past 2 weeks, I've actually quit lifting. I haven't been doing any exercise, and honestly, I can actually see more difference in these 2 weeks than I have the whole 2 months, or it was a month and a half before. It's been about 2 months, and so this is something to consider in your own, in your own efforts, because if you're I think maybe I was putting myself into too much of a calorie deficit by the exercise, so it was putting me kind of in a starvation mode where I was still able to store fat. I don't feel like I lost any muscle, but I wasn't really losing fat. But I can tell now, definitely. I mean, literally, like it's almost like day by day, I can look in the mirror and see, that I'm losing fat. So that's one thing. You want to consider, like if you feel like you've stalled or something, you might be either needing to increase your caloric intake, like put more fat and maybe some more protein into your diet, or back off the exercise, some or none. I mean, walking is an awesome exercise. We were made to walk, and it's something that gets your heart rate up just enough to where you're burning calories. But at the same time, you're not getting to the levels where you're going to start to release cortisol for being stressed. And then also, it's meditative, it's peaceful, it's fun. I mean, if you get into an environment that you enjoy being in, like a lot of times I like going to the mall. I just like watching people and looking at the merchandise and the vendors and stuff, and an hour and a half of walking around the mall can pass really quick for me. So just find an environment that you enjoy. I also like going to the park. That's kind of peaceful and meditative, but so just find an environment that you're peaceful in. Number two, this is kind of I don't know, I'm not freaking out, but at the same time I can't allow this to continue. My blood pressure it's up a lot. I was 120, like average, right? I mean, literally almost perfect blood pressure before the ketogenic diet, and now I've tested a couple times in the past week, and now I'm literally in stage 1 hypertension. It was like 150 something over. The bottom number was still pretty low, like 80 something. It wasn't huge, but the top number, it being up so high, is concerning me. And I've done some research, and generally what I've seen is it's the potassium and the magnesium and the sodium, they all kind of have to, or mainly I guess the potassium and sodium, but they have to work in a balance. Like if you're getting way more sodium and not enough potassium, that can cause you to have high blood pressure. So what I've read, it's actually better if you're not getting the potassium, don't take the sodium, from what I've read. But generally you need to be up on these things, and I just haven't found a good source for potassium that I can do on a daily basis yet, but that's my priority. And then I'm also, something that has actually worked for me in the past for high blood pressure, is just cayenne. I'm just going to start taking cayenne tablets or capsules and see what that does. Again, we walk around with stuff like high blood pressure and diabetes. I walked around with diabetes for probably years before I knew I had it. So, me panicking because I know that it's high, it's a good thing, because it means I'm going to continue to monitor it until I get it back down to where it was. Because my whole thing is staying out of the doctor's office, staying mobile, staying active, staying mentally, that's what this is all about, with the ketogenic diet and everything else. So I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm actually trying to start again selling on eBay. I used to sell quite a bit on eBay. So right now, and I'm going to share that in videos too, I believe, but right now what I'm doing, I've got about 4 or 5 listings up just from cleaning my closet out. I'm going to use that money, and then I've also maybe put another 150 or whatever it takes. But anyway, start around like $250 and just see what I can turn it into on eBay from going to thrift stores or you know, and probably a combination of that and Amazon. I used to sell on Amazon some too, so I'm going to be doing that. So if you're interested in that, kind of keep an eye out, because like I said, I've got those auctions up now. Everything's got bids on it. The auction ends Sunday, and that's just kind of like starter money. I'm trying to make it like as a series to where it would encourage somebody, you know, start out, just clean your closets out, no matter how broke you are or whatever. Just you know, start throwing stuff up on eBay and learning. And I mean, when you're not out the money, you know, when you're just getting rid of something that you don't use anymore, it's like you can take a hit. I mean, because it's just sitting there collecting dust anyway. So I mean, it's like I've really went through and kind of cleaned some stuff out that I kept hanging on to because they were, you know, but I don't know, like, I don't know, I just liked them, you know, knives, camp stoves, stuff like that. It was just stuff that I liked, but I didn't use it. And I mean, none of it is priceless or sentimental to me. It was just cool stuff, you know. So put that stuff up, and we'll see how it goes. That ends Sunday. I'll try and make sure to share that with you guys to kind of tell you how it went. I'll tell you kind of how I valued mentally, personally, how I valued the items I put on there, and then we'll look at what they actually brought. I will say already, because I put a P90X, I've had P90X for years sitting on top of my closet, and I put that on there, and they kicked it off for a you know, Beachbody actually you know, called in for copyright infringement, and it's a used P90X. I don't get it. I emailed them, and I'll try and figure it out, but I mean, I can just sell it on Craigslist or Facebook or something if I want to pursue that further. But so anyway, that's it for now, guys. Again, that's the 2 things I would suggest that you watch is your calorie in versus calories spent. I think that's what I ran into as far as overexerting myself while not taking in enough calories. So I quit lifting weights. I'm losing fat fast, I can tell, but I'm not gaining muscle, you know, which makes sense because I'm not working out. But anyway, that, and then your blood pressure. Make sure, I just use the machine at Walmart. I don't know how accurate it is, but I do know that I use it often enough that it should give me where I can tell whether it's higher than usual or lower than usual. So if it reads wrong, hopefully it reads wrong, you know, across the board instead of sporadically. But other than that, like I said, you know, I'll start sharing the stuff on about eBay, and hopefully start up putting more videos up. I don't know. It's something I want to do, but I don't know. I don't know why it's so hard. Maybe you should try doing it too and see what you think. Maybe it comes easier for you, and you can kind of give me some tips or tricks, because I don't know. It's just hard, you know, to sit down and every day. I mean, you know, I may end up going with videos like every 3 days or once a week or something. I do want to make videos though, and I hope you guys enjoy them. That's the whole thing, is to hopefully be entertaining, informative, you know, and just, you know, get to know people out there that has the same interests. But that's it for now, guys. All I can say is just stay strong, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Also, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. If you think I suck, tell me why down in the comments, and I will see you next time.